Howdy folks, I do hope you're all enjoying your weekend, and welcome back to the Assassin's Creed Odyssey downloadable content, The Fate of Atlantis, Chapter 1, Fields of Elysium. Yeah, that is quite a mouthful really, isn't it? We're going to have to come up with some way of shortening that. How about Far Creed 6, Greek Underworlds? Yeah, I like that. It's got quite a ring to it. Anyway, the story so far. Persephone still controls the access point between the Fields of Elysium and the rest of the Underworld, so if we want to get through, we're either going to have to overthrow her, which means buddying up with pretty boy Adonis, who seems to think that having nice hair and sturdy thighs makes him the natural choice as General of the Resistance, or work with Hecate, who is supposed to be Persephone's best bud girlfriend, but is clearly up to something nefarious. So far, those are our options if we want to try to overthrow Persephone, but we don't have to do that. Or at least I hope we don't have to do that. We could just buddy up with Persephone herself and ask her nicely. We did kind of start off on the wrong foot, but, well, she started it. But if I want to get in with Persephone, I'm going to have to talk to Hermes.
Ah, you again! Always nice to see a friendly face. Keeper, you found my workshop after all. I know it may not look like much, but it's home.
I told you. You can call me Cassandra.
In front of the staff? Ha! But I'm glad you came. There's much to show you in this great land.
If you're offering, I could use some help getting my bearings.
Oh, give yourself time. The golden fields reveal themselves slowly and selectively, but I can help. Walk with me.
Maybe you're right. I need to clear my head. Where to?
I consider myself a keymaker. One of my keys might interest you.
What do you do in your workshop?
Invent. All of reality's secrets are hidden behind doors. My inventions act as keys that unlock those doors.
You reveal the secrets behind them.
Ah, you're as wise as people. Observe, way up there, Persephone's first keep. If only you could have seen it when it was new.
It seems like most of Elysium is in ruins. What happened?
This place is beautiful, as are all of Persephone's creations. But it is a world that changes at her whims. When I see decay, I know she needs us at her side more than ever.
Hermes has a couple of major issues where Persephone's concerned. The biggest one being that he is absolutely 100% completely head over heels in love with her. And he thinks nobody else knows it. But the biggest problem that our boy Hermes has with Persephone is that he has been in the friend zone for so long, he basically lives there now.
Look there. Imagine all the heroes who have passed through those golden fields, basking in the glory of eternal peace. Each thinking they'd see nothing more beautiful, only then to set eyes on Persephone.
Yeah, he's got it pretty bad. He won't admit it, and he thinks nobody else can see it. It's the age-old story. He's made himself so useful to Persephone with all of the things that he makes for her that she just doesn't even see him anymore. She just sees what he can do for her. But he can do a lot for us as well, because he's the key to unlocking the power of the staff.
Look there, Keeper. That encampment is the site where Hephaestus built a home for Aphrodite.
Doesn't look like much now.
It stood tall until Aphrodite met their child Adonis. His ability to wreak havoc with a wink and a smile is second to none.
Do I detect a hint of jealousy? Because Persephone's quite taken with Adonis as well. It's the reason why she won't let him leave the Underworld. In fact, you know what this relationship is? To put it into a modern perspective, there's a fairly infamous clip on YouTube of Amaranth, one of those hoes on Twitch. She's at a comic convention accompanied by one of her Twitch channel moderators who's volunteered to basically follow her around and fetch and carry for her all day, and the poor sap thinks that this at least entitles him to a high five, and when he tries, she completely ignores him. And that's Hermes.
That cave leads to a key I built for the staff. Consider it our secret. The keymaker and the staff keeper, friends bound by mysteries.
All right, Hermes, I'll fetch it, but I need to be upfront with you about this. I'm not going to shag you. Okay. I'll at least be more honest with you than Persephone. I will happily accept any and all help that you are willing to offer, but you need to understand that there are no strings attached. You are definitely not getting your leg over, okay? I'm not that kind of girl. Plus, you look and sound far too much like Greek Borat for me to be even remotely interested. Well, anyway, it's when you get to this stage of the DLC that you start to understand that there's going to be a lot more testing of your climbing and navigation skills than you may have been used to previously in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Due to the magical nature of the Underworld, particularly here in Elysium, they're able to modify the environment in ways that just wouldn't be realistic in classical Greece. And this place is going to be the first real test of your abilities. I need to get over that collapsed bridge to the teleporter, and on the platform above the collapsed bridge there's also some loot, but I can't get over there, not from here anyway. This ruined platform with the scaffolding here appears to be a place from which I can jump across to the collapsed platform, but I can't climb up here. All of those skulls on top of the columns are blocking my climbing route. There's some treasure over there on the other side of that. Don't ask me how the ship got here. It's the Underworld. It got here through magic. I can jump to this platform, and from here I should be able to jump across to the other one, but those skulls on top of the columns to the left and right block me from getting any further, and in defiance of all logic I can't actually just climb up underneath the scaffolding. The vertical columns supporting the platform are unclimbable. Now from this spar I can jump across onto the top of those statues and get across the bridge, but I thought I might be able to get on top of this spar and then jump onto that platform, but it's too far. I won't make that jump. I spent way too much time trying to figure out how to get up there when in fact you can't. The solution comes later. What you have to do first is get across this bridge. There's some treasure over here, but there's also a teleporter on the other side. So we're going to grab the treasure, and then we're going to use the teleporter. I should be able to smash that. Yep. And there's the first of 3 treasures in this location. Just grab anything else that happens to be lying around here. And there's more here. And now it's time to use the teleporter. The teleporters are the key to this location, and this first one, once we get our bearings and we can see where we are, takes us all the way up to the cliff face that we can see from down there. And you'll notice that there's a very, very handy line leading down to the ruined platform that we couldn't actually get access to before. Now that we're back down to this platform, we can jump across to the other ruined platform, which contains the location's Enigmata Ostraka, which is a sort of puzzle or riddle that reveals the location of further treasure here in Elysium. As well as the Ostraka, there were 3 other treasures in this location. We got one of them by the teleporter, but since we're up here, we now can jump across to the ruined hulk of the ship that we saw earlier, although there's nothing actually in the ship itself, across this beam, over this vine-encrusted rope, and up ahead there's the second of this location's 3 treasures. Although it's slightly tricky to get to. We're not quite done here yet. There's a bunch of other loot lying around, so we'll go and pick some of that up. And over here, that's not actually the way in. That's the way out. It can only be moved from the other side. To get to that second treasure, we're going to have to go back out and actually work our way around to the other side from the outside. This DLC tends to do a lot of this. It presents you with what seems like a simple solution to a problem, but is actually just leading you on a wild goose chase. The actual solutions require a little bit more lateral thinking. So from here we're basically just going to clamber around the side and come in from the back, where there's an open door leading to the treasure. And there's also a teleporter up here, which means there are 2 possible ways out. Once you've grabbed the loot, 2 down, 1 to go. There are a couple of pots which you need to smash, which will allow you to get to the blockage and free it to go back out the way you came, or we can see what's on the other side of this teleporter. Right. So where are we? There's a ruined bridge. And across that ruined bridge is the Keeper's Insight, which is the whole reason why I'm here, but that's not the same bridge. It doesn't look like the same bridge. No, that's definitely not the same bridge. So where the hell are we? I don't recognise any of this. We definitely haven't been here before. Okay, I'm going to send Icarus up to try to get my bearings and figure out exactly where it is I am. Well, while I was trying to figure out where I was, Icarus spotted the third treasure, which is right behind me up there, which was kind of handy. So once I've looted this, that'll be the location objective complete. Lots of nice rewards, thank you very much indeed. And I think that where I am is actually on the opposite side of the cliff that I got to using the first teleporter. I took the first teleporter up, found a line that took me back down at that ruined platform that I was struggling to get into earlier. I think where I am right now is actually on the other side of that. And the Keeper's Insight is in here somewhere. So let's see if we can find it. In case you're wondering what the Keeper's Insight is, you may recall in the base game Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you were constantly upgrading your Spear of Leonidas, or Leonidas, however you were taught to pronounce it. You're doing something very similar here in the DLC, except not with the spear. You're doing it with Hermes' staff. And unlocking upgrades, which you retrieve via these Keeper's Insights, allow you to power up some of your existing special abilities. And there are various different special locations exactly like this, scattered around both Elysium and the rest of the Underworld, and they all contain these Keeper's Insights. And the abilities that they unlock can be pretty useful. They basically take existing abilities that you already have and modify them to work in a different way. They're not necessarily better, but you may find them more useful. And the Keeper's Insights look like this. And the Ares Bull Charge ability enhancement is now available in the abilities menu. Let's take a look, since this is the first time we've unlocked one. So I have the Bull Rush ability, which is really good. Using it, Cassandra charges forward and basically knocks over anything in her path, but when enhanced, Cassandra herself doesn't charge forward. Instead, she unleashes a bolt of force that blasts forward and knocks over anybody in her path. So you can see it's not necessarily better or worse than the existing ability that she has. Oh crap, some colossi. Let's give them a damn good stabbing. Wouldn't want to wake them up. But yes, it's not necessarily a better version of the Bull Rush ability, but situationally you may find it more useful. And that's basically what the Keeper's Insights do to your Staff of Hermes. Anyway, we're done here, so it's time to report back to the boy Hermes himself, who fortunately seems to be waiting for us right at the bottom of this extremely conveniently placed rope slide.
What happened to me in there?
Imagine for a moment, inside you, inside all of us, are parchments twisting like ribbon. On those parchments is written the story of who you are, who you were, and who you will become. Does that make sense?
So this twisting ribbon defines each of us. And what happened in there changed what defines me.
You understand? With these keys, you can unlock the secrets inside you and wrest control from them. I've built many.
Thank you. I'm not used to doing this on my own. On the Adrestia, I had Varnavas as a guide.
Ah, well, I hope it's a long time before I meet him here. I'll leave you to your adventuring. You're welcome to come back to my workshop anytime.
Here, Hermes.
You know, maybe I'm looking at this whole thing the wrong way. Maybe I should get Cassandra's ass on Twitch. Shake that booty for the $1. I'm sure I could get Hermes to moderate for me. Anyway, let's go and see what Golden Bollocks thinks of all of this.
Welcome to the uprising. These ruins were abandoned when Persephone constructed her paradise. We won't be bothered here.
But there are so few of you.
Most of Persephone's army consists of mind-controlled humans. Free their minds and bring them to me. We can use them as troops.
Free their minds?
My dear friend Hermes is a master manipulator, and that staff of yours looks like one of his creations. Try using that. There's an outpost southwest from here, nestled in the hand of Hades. Warriors were spotted in its palm.
So this is something that has actually been bothering me, because all of the soldiers working for Persephone are actually mind-controlled Greek heroes that came to Elysium to spend eternity in paradise. And just, well, stabbing them all didn't really seem right. But now, with the Staff of Hermes, I have the option of liberating them from Persephone's mind control, and they're likely to be extremely pissed off and immediately switch sides and join the resistance. Of course, it's a lot easier to just stab them. In order to liberate them, you have to first knock them out and subdue them. Then you wave the staff over their face, and then, hey presto, they're a member of the resistance. But I do love the little animation that they do when you free them from the mind control. Cheers, mate, and off he goes. That's it. I can't help but feel that they should have been a bit more impressed. But it is what it is. If nothing else, it's at least funny. Can I knock this guy out from over here with a flat-headed arrow? I mean, technically, I suppose it should be possible. But if it doesn't knock him out clean in one shot, he's going to go into combat, and that might wake up the Colossi. And there are two of them here, and they're... well, I prefer to just stab them while they're dormant rather than fight them when they're active. It's a lot easier. Yeah, we'll sneak around and just do this the old-fashioned way. It's a lot safer. Should be close enough to whistle him over. There he is. Come and investigate these bushes. I'm sure it's all perfectly innocent. And over you go. Oh, bollocks, it wasn't enough. Shit. Okay, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble now. I mean, I can take this guy. I'd rather not kill him, of course, but it's not him who's the problem. Getting into combat next to a Colossi has awakened it. It's no longer dormant, and these things are pretty badass. Luckily, I at least initiated combat when I was far enough away from the other one that I only have to deal with two of them, because fighting two of these things at the same time is... it's not easy. Come on. Oh no, I'll probably want to dodge that. Ah, no, dodge it, Jingles. Dodge it. Oh crap, he's teleported. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Nice, okay. Get some damage in while he's off. Oh no, they keep doing that. It's so unfair. Stop teleporting away when I'm executing a special attack. God damn it. Well, I think I've got him now, though. Yes, okay, right. I had one job. Great. Well, the good news is, at least I didn't activate the second Colossi, so I can sneak up and stab it into oblivion while it's still dormant. And I can do the Marble Maiden tribute thing, destroy the statue of Persephone, that'll give me another skill point. So it wasn't a complete bust, but you get the general idea. Well anyway, I beat up a few more, this time without killing them, and it's time to report back to General Golden Bollocks with news of my success, and the fresh recruits to his army.
You surprise me. When we first met, I was positive you were sent by Persephone to...
To what?
seduce me. Confuse me. Anything to make me forget my love. But when I asked you to weaken Persephone's influence, you did. I asked you to bring me warriors, and here they are.
Do not take the romantic option, he is not getting into my knickers.
And all I had to do was risk my life for you to trust me.
No one in Elysium is who they say. So when a clever warrior shows up to help me escape, you'll have to excuse me if I'm skeptical.
Time to find more warriors.
Scouts spotted one nearby. Was a Spartan hero in his former life. He's not under Persephone's influence, but keeps mostly to himself. With a champion like him on our side, we can't fail.
How will I know when I find him?
From what I'm told, you can't miss him.
A Spartan warrior, huh? Well, it makes sense. This is, well, these are the Fields of Elysium. This is where Greek heroes went to spend the afterlife. I wonder if I know them. I wonder if I killed them. I mean, there are probably more than a few heroes here who are here because of me. That could make things very interesting. Well, there's only one way to find out. Hang on a minute. This all looks very familiar. This looks like my home back in Sparta. And what's Persephone's dog doing here? Which Spartan hero was hanging around in the afterlife in my home? I'll be honest with you, I did not see this coming.
Leonidas!
You have the eyes of my daughter. So something did survive that day. How do you have this?
Mirini. She's my mother. I'm here because I need your help. I need you to fight.
I have found peace here. Why would I fight?
We are few and they are many. Persephone has an army. Adonis fights for freedom, but without help, we don't stand a chance.
We'll need to use the terrain to our advantage.
So you'll fight with us?
Of course he will, he's a Spartan. He's the Spartan.
Not until you fight me.
Ah,
You say you're Marini's daughter. I want to see how she trained you.
alright, I probably should have seen this coming. So now I have to kick the arse of Leonidas. Oh, and I can't disarm his shield either. That's going to make it tricky.
You fight well.
Oh yeah, I'll want to dodge that. I'll say this for him, he knows how to take a beating.
Warriors only fight for you if you're willing to die for them.
But as long as I... Oh, careful, careful, careful. I really don't want to accidentally hit that dog. Not just because I don't like hitting dogs, but also because I'm not convinced that that dog is everything that it's cracked up to be. I think it's more than just a dog. It's got an uncanny habit of just being places where you wouldn't expect it to be. And it is Persephone's dog. As long as I've got 3 adrenaline bars, I can always unload the power attack.
An enemy on their last breath is at their most dangerous.
He really does take one hell of a beating. And he is more dangerous when he's on his last legs. Yeah. Keep working the dodge. Come on. Ooh, get out of the way of that. And power attack. And we've done it.
I could have used you at Thermopylae.
You could have used a lot of people at Thermopylae.
I am glad this spear is in your hands. I will fight with you. You have my word as a Spartan.
Thank you, grandfather.
Well, I definitely did not see that one coming. I thought that I might run into some of the other Greek heroes that I'd encountered during the base game, but Leonidas? It makes sense that if you're going to find him, it's going to be here, but yeah, I'll take him. He'll do. With the likes of him at my back, how could I possibly fail? Oh, don't worry, I can always find a way. And I'm sure it won't take too long. Who knows, maybe in the next episode, because that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.